Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. Wherever you're joining us from today, you're highly welcome to this wonderful YouTube platform that gives you quality news and information on all the activities happening in Biafran territory. Please subscribe to this channel if you've not yet subscribed, and make sure you turn on your notification because we are always here and we are ready to notify you on all the activities happening in Biafran territory. With a strong and a loud voice, we are still coming out to speak out against the incessant crying of our brothers and our sisters in Abia State, in Aba region, especially along Osisioma Ngwa, Obioma Ngwa, that Obikaba axis. The army have continued to do their atrocious thing. This is what they are known for. They did it in Okwama community. They are doing it in Biafraland, in Abia State currently. They've done it in the past. Do not forget, these are the same people who went about, during the time the IPOB, IPOB were still doing their, what is it called? Their protests, when they will be protesting, their peaceful protests. Hey, you remember the buying of over 50 IPOB members who were peacefully, protesting for the release of Onyendo Nnamdi Kanu. A lot of people have been massacred, and yet the Nigerian government continue to sweep all these genocidal attack and their murder under carpet. If people like Simon Ekpa are not there to speak up without fear, to defend the land without fear, these things will happen and nobody will know about them. The activities, the evil activities of this murderous Nigerian terrorist government. So whether you believe it or not, I don't care. Keep on arguing with your ancestors. We don't give a damn. The reality is currently the abduction in Aba is still going on. And why I carry this matter for head, be say, that region is my region. That is where I am from. That is my place. That is my hometown. That is why I will continue to drag it. And I will continue to drag it on my platform. If you don't like, you leave. That is the reality. They are abducting innocent Biafrans in Aba currently. So many families are even raising their voices, to speak up currently, because it is now getting too obvious. It is getting obvious. It is too obvious. Oh, we cannot continue to run this kind of, be in this kind of country. It is disastrous to be in a country where when a crime is being committed, then the people within the vicinity of that crime scene, whether you are linked with it or not, you all be wiped out by the terrorist army. Oh, that is not a country. That is not a country who generalizes things. That is a country who is bent on taking out or wiping out a particular set of people. The earlier you begin to know this, the better for you. I will continue to track them on my channel, Let's Talk TV. And I will continue to raise voice with the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa to continue to track these people. Enough is enough. You cannot continue, to buy innocent people on a daily basis and expect the world to keep quiet. Biafrans are resisting And they are doing it in every way humanly possible for them. Here on this social media platform, on YouTube, we'll continue to raise voice against them. Please, if you're hearing this voice, please continue to share this video. Continue to share it to as many platforms as possible so that the world will continue to know what is happening in Aba currently. But meanwhile, this is the full story. For those of you who missed what led to this whole thing, to the argument that happened on Twitter between the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa versus the Nigerian government, the Nigerian army, please listen to this full broadcast. That will continue the remaining later, and so that you will know, the story. I was trying to explain what really happened yesterday. Most of you didn't get it. This is the full story about what really happened on S handle, where the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, opened the file nyash once again for the world to see.
The Janjaweed terrorist military has today, it began from today, 5th June 2024, activated what we called defensive tactics in this current Biafra Nigeria guerrilla warfare. So before showing you or before delving into the analysis of their defense tactics, let me first of all show you or read, let us first of all read together the response, or should I say the message from the PM that the Janjaweed has currently responded to. According to the PM, this happened, this video was posted yesterday. I'm going to play the video for you, but let's first of all read what the PM said. The PM posted a video yesterday and said, the Biafra government attention has been drawn to the mass spying of innocent Biafrans at Okigwe and dumping them in the river. They brought them with the truck and asked them to run inside the river with the driver, as you can see in the video. The video showed the Nigeria terrorist army shooting at their lifeless bodies inside the river, while another terrorist is telling them not to allow any car to come close to see the barbarism. Our condolences to the families of these people who are now victims of the Nigeria state terrorism. Let this be an eye-opener to every Biafran around the world. The Biafra Defense Forces will decimate this, will escalate this. The Biafra Defense Forces will escalate this. And the consequences of this video will be heavy on the Nigeria terrorist state. They did similar massacre. They did similar massacre during P2B in Anambra, yet it didn't stop Biafra today. Now, after this very tweet and the video that followed, the Janjaweed terrorist military have come out today to directly respond to Mazi Simon Ekpa, directly respond to him, directly. And they didn't mince word when they were calling his name in on several occasions during their response. Now, before showing you the video and moving forward, let me analyze something here. He said, let this be an eye-opener to every Biafran around the world. Let this be an eye-opener. This comes in two different ways. For those of Biafrans who are not in support of what we are doing, let this video be an eye-opener for you. Those of them who have been crying foul that the zoo terrorists in military uniform were decimated in Aba a couple of days ago. Let this video be an eye-opener for you. Those of you who say, hey, Biafra agitators are non-violent, let this video be an eye-opener for you. For those of you who say, oh, they are buying themselves, let this video be an eye-opener for you. For those of you who say, oh, Simon Ekpa is in Finland calling for violence in Nigeria, let this video be an eye-opener for you. For those of you who have been calling the United Nations, European Union, Finnish government to join hands with the zoo terrorist government to extradite the Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa down to the Zoological Republic, let this video be an eye-opener for you. For those of you who say, oh no, you can't do that. How can you buy a zoo soldier? Let this video be an eye-opener for you. For those of you who have been crying, asking the temerity, the audacity, the legitimacy of defending yourself, of you defending yourself, I want this video to be an eye-opener for you. And for those of you who still believe that the Zoo Janjaweed terrorists in military uniform and police are here for the protection of the Biafran people, I want this very video to be an eye-opener for you. If you have ever thought in any way whatsoever that the zoo terrorists in military uniform are here to protect the lives and properties of Biafrans, I want you to watch this video and pay attention to it. If you have ever doubted us before, if you have never believed that the zoo terrorist military is actually a terrorist organization, I want this very video to be an eye-opener for you. I can count till eternity because the list is endless. But nevertheless, another thing he said here is the Biafra Defense Forces will escalate this, and the consequences of this video will be very heavy on Nigeria terrorist state. Now, this very singular word mentioned by the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile is the main reason why they have jumped out today from their hiding, from the hole where they are hiding, to quickly respond to the PM, Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. Because of this listing, forget about any other thing they are going to say, because we are going to read it in full details. Forget about any other thing, causing panic or, trying to carry out propaganda or whatsoever, that this and that, all those ones are self-defense. The main purpose why the Zoo Janjaweed has responded today directly, I said directly, to the Prime Minister of the BLGIE, Mazi Simon Ekpa, is simply because of what I have highlighted. It is no longer news that the Zoo Janjaweed terrorist army is afraid of the Biafra Liberation Army. It is not a news. They know. The whole world is aware that Nigerian army is afraid of the Biafra Liberation Army, and they are also afraid of Mazi Simon Ekpa. They are fully aware of what the BLA can do. They are also aware of what the PM can do. So, Immediately they read this, that the Biafra Defense Forces will escalate this, and the consequences will be of this video will be very heavy on Nigeria State. If have you seen somebody not under convulsion? Have you seen somebody under convulsion? The way they vibrate, the way they shake. Like someone who has been electrocuted. So they know very well the meaning of this word is very heavy, and they cannot afford it because they know that the next thing is going to be woto. And the worst part of it is that this guerrilla warfare has no history of a defeat in this whole wide world. There has never been any history that a government defeats and quash a guerrilla warfare being carried out by a group of people fighting for freedom. It has never ever been done in the whole. No history. I said no history. No history. I am also a student of a contemporary history. There is nothing. There has never been any history in the world where a government, military defeats a guerrilla warfare being carried out by a group of people fighting for their freedom. And this very one, can never in any way be exception. Now, please, once you are joining me here, do not forget to hit the like button and share it accordingly. Having shown you this, let us now see the video as the Prime Minister shared it yesterday. There will be no voice because I don't want the sound to, to appear. Just watch the video. I'm going to explain it for you.
We will not be able to play the video because of the circumstances of that video. The YouTube will definitely flag that video if we play that video on this channel. But meanwhile, listen to the explanation.
I cannot authoritatively confirm if this is the same truck that they used in packing our people in Aba just a couple of days ago, or is it a truck that is passing on its own, which is among the vehicles that they stopped from afar, not to approach to the crime scene. Now, according to what the man one of them who recorded the video told them not to allow other vehicles to come near. Now, we have laid a foundation that this shooting took place in a river, very small river, as you can see, which I was told that this is Imo River in Okigwe that connects to Orashimbuemena. Where? That's what somebody said in the comment section. Now, we are going to revisit this video moving this broadcast, but let's go straight into the response of the zoo terrorists to the Prime Minister. We are going to come back here in order to connect the dots properly. Now, this is the response from the zoo terrorist military to somebody say who recorded the video. Now, then recorded the video. Are you not here when I'm analyzing it? Didn't you They recorded it. They posted it themselves. They said, men at work. Look at it here. Men at work. Look at it. Men at work. And they also this is their helmet, the military helmet, and this is their ego. Now them record them, now them still post them. Nobody near there. It's a shame that I don't want the volume to come out because it might disrupt this very the progress of this very broadcast, and I don't want that. Now, let us see the response of the terrorists to the Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. If you look clearly, you will see that this is the official and, of course, verified X handle of the Zoo Janjaweed with over 2 million followers. Now, they said here, allegations of mass spying by troops of Nigeria Army in Southeast is despicably false. I read this a couple of hours ago during my pre-recorded broadcast, but it came with no analysis. That's why I'm doing this very live broadcast. And of course, if you stay tuned, very, very soon, I'm going to open the line for our people to call in and, of course, say something about this very latest development. Now, the Nigerian army has noted with dismay a mischief of calumny Simon Ekpa, a direct response to Simon Ekpa, but not just a response, but what they have done is to activate what we called, a defensive tactic. Defensive tactics. That is what the zoo has activated. And with the activation of these very defensive tactics in this current Biafra Nigeria guerrilla warfare proves that we are on top of the game. I want them to listen because we know as they are listening, the worst part of it is that you are dealing with somebody and that person has no choice. You see, the worst part of it all is that you are dealing with somebody. You are dealing with somebody and you are telling that person that we are dealing with you, and that person has no choice to stop whatever they are doing. We are dealing with the zoo. We are still telling them that they have activated defense tactics and they cannot stop. They cannot stop. You know why they cannot stop? They cannot stop because we hold them in the blockers. If they stop, you see these defensive tactics they have activated today. If they stop it, we will overrun them. We will overrun them media-wise, street-wise, bush-wise. We are going to overrun them completely. We will crush them in every aspect completely. That's why they cannot stop, because we will continue to expose them and they will continue to defend themselves, both on media and on ground. We will continue to expose them and we will also continue to send them to judgment while they will continue to defend themselves, both on ground and on media. That's why they cannot stop. The defensive tactics they have activated cannot stop, because we are not going to stop to expose them both on media and to send them to judgment both on ground. So we are dealing with them and we are still telling them. And we know that they can't stop, because if they stop, then if the Guerrilla would have taken like 2 years to end, then it will take like 5 months. It will take like 5 months. So they can't stop. But the worst part of it is that at the end of everything, at the end of all this brouhaha, it will still end with Biafra exiting the zoo. So if they know, if they have any idea of how determined we are, they will just stop immediately. They will end it now and go into negotiating table. They will just cease fire. They will call for a ceasefire and go straight into a negotiating table. And what is the negotiation? We have only one negotiation, only one. We don't have too much negotiation. We have only one, which is the bilateral agreement between Biafra and the zoo. Our borders, how we are going to deal with our borders. Are we going to have visa-free, relationship or visa-free entry to each other's country? How do we relate? How do we do something? How do we do business together? That is going to be the only negotiation that we can listen to. So if they know, they will just save themselves the stress, because we are not in any way whatsoever ready to drop the dragon flag. When I say the dragon flag, you understand what I mean. The arms that have been raised is not ready to go down. No, not now, not tomorrow, not ever, until the total exit of Biafra from the damnable zoological republic. Now, they said a self-acclaimed leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, they call it terrorists. The self-acclaimed leader, through spurious and unfounded claims, raised alarm on a viral video alleging that troops of Nigerian army are carrying mass buying of innocent Igbos at Oliver and dumping them in the river. The report also contains some unimaginable and not well couched falsehood targeted at wiping up negative sentiment against troops and inciting anarchy in the southeast region. Now, listen. They said here, a self-acclaimed leader of IPOB. When I read it in the first place, I nearly fainted when I was laughing. So I don't know what Ndioshin will do. I'm expecting what do they call it? DOS press release. Press release tomorrow. I'm also expecting another press release from Ifajuna Ejiofor tomorrow. And I'm expecting the internet to go on fire by the Irats tomorrow. And you know what? To make the matter worse, they will not come on the internet to expose the lies of the zoo in this very publication. They are not going to expose it because they know nothing to say. They will come to what I'm telling you now, mark it somewhere. You are going to see their videos tomorrow, and you are going to see the, what do you call it, press release, DOS Indioshi press release tomorrow. You must see it also from Ifa Junejo. For you must see, our own, we are telling you, and you have no option. You will still do the same thing we are saying. No option. You are going to do the same thing. Like the time I used to expose Ifa Junejo for that he has not gone to visit Mazinam Dekana, and I also tell him that I know tomorrow he's going to come out with another press release, and tomorrow he will come out. Tomorrow you will still see him with a press release. According to the visitation of Onyendu in DSS headquarters Abuja, Onyendu said, the same tomorrow that I told him, I know I'm going to see you tomorrow. He will still come tomorrow to give you a press release, how they visited Onyendu, whereas he has stayed like 3 months without going there to see him. So tomorrow, you are going to see all these Oshins, all these Okoko, they will come. Do you know what is going to be their exposition tomorrow? This write-up. A self-acclaimed leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. They are going to tell the Zoo army tomorrow that Simon Ekpa is not the leader of IPOB. That is going to be the exposition tomorrow. As I'm talking to you now, mark it somewhere, you will see them tomorrow, including their useless press release from Emma Powerless. Now, this is not the main issue. I just, digress a little. Now, let's move. According to this response from the Zoo terrorists, they said, contrary to the falsehood being spread from the devious propaganda machinery of the desperate and self-serving terrorist leader, the Nigerian army wishes to state that it has conducted a comprehensive investigation. The Nigerian army wishes to state that it has conducted a comprehensive investigation on the accusations made by devious, infamous leader and his associates. Let me also digress a little. They said here that the Nigerian army wishes to state categorically clear that it has conducted a comprehensive investigation. There's a reason why I'm repeating this, because I'm going to let you know in a jiffy. I want you to outline this. If you have biro, if you have a pen, write it down. A comprehensive investigation. Right? They said on these allegations made by devious, infamous leader and his associates. Accordingly, we wish to categorically refute these baseless claims by throwing more light on the occurrence. In the first instance, the troops in the video footage are not personnel of the Nigerian army, as the insignia visible on their berets clearly identifies them as personnel of the Nigerian Navy. Now, my people, let us first of all see the video again. Remember what they claim, that the so-called insignia on their beret is a Nigerian Navy insignia. We all know the uniform evidence. Now, you see, there's a very big issue here. They say that the troops took precautionary measures even before then, as they claim to be Nigeria Navy, not the Nigeria Army, which I know that there is no difference. Now, they are Nigeria Navy according to the Zoo Janjaweed. They say they are not Army but Navy. Look at it. They are Navy. So, And they are also testing, what is it? They are testing a firing, they are testing a weapon system mounted on a vehicle in a river. In a river. We want to ask a question. We want to ask, let me show the river again. Where is the river? In a river, right? In a river. So, the question is this. You see the way they are firing the bodies to confirm that they are gone. Now, in a river. So, my simple question is this. Please listen, pay attention now, very important. My simple question to the Zoo Janjaweed is, as far as I know, first and foremost, as far as I'm concerned, should be operating at least in the Atlantic Ocean. Worst come to worst, River Niger. Worst come to worst. What is the Nigerian Navy testing or doing in a small canal that's supposed to be a canal, in a small river like Orasimbemena? Like Orasimbemena. What is the Nigerian Navy doing or testing in a small canal like this? They didn't test it in River Niger. They didn't test it in the Menimo River. They didn't go to Ugota Lake to test it. They didn't go to Ebonyi State to test it. That river in Ebonyi State that links straight to Cameroon. They didn't go there to test it. They didn't test it in Iguacha. Okay, let us say that maybe this one is for Imo State, base, so they cannot encroach to the other territory. Now, they still have the right under the law and the constitution, in as much as they are still here in Biafraland. They still have the right to obtain a permission from other division in other states to go across and test their weapon, as long as they have a better facility to test it in that state, just like rivers. And as far as I know, the zoo, as it stands, the Zoo Janjaweed military is still the same. So they can still take permission from rivers, from Iguacha, from the Navy base or whatever they call it in Iguacha, to go to Atlantic Ocean and test their weapon. Imo State share boundary with rivers. It is not far. It's a stone throw. Imo State share boundary with rivers. At least you cannot say it's far. No, this is a neighboring state. It's a neighboring state. So you still have the right to take permission from River State Command that you want to go to Atlantic Ocean to test your new weapon, if this weapon is newly acquired. So what are you doing in a canal like this in the name of testing a firing weapon? Did you acquire this weapon today? Did you acquire this weapon today? That's my question to the Zoo Janjaweed. Was this weapon that you claim to be testing acquired today? They say they are testing weapon in a canal. In a canal, not Atlantic Ocean. Have you ever seen in the world where a Navy outfit or a national Navy testing their weapon in a canal? Is it not the same testing that we normally see South Korea, North Korea, USA, China testing in Atlantic Ocean? How comes your own is being tested in a canal? Please, if you have seen a video where any Navy of any nation is testing a weapon or a newly acquired weapon in a canal, please let me know in the comment section. Because as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, where the test weapon is in the ocean, where it will be safe both for people and for the sea animals. You cannot go to the canal to test a weapon. So it's a lie. It is a typical lie. That is a pure lie. The Navy of the Zoological Republic has no right to test their weapon in a small canal like Ola Shimbwemena. Like a small branch of Imo River. This is a small branch of Imo River located in Okigwe, joined together with Ora Simbwemena. This very canal is just a small branch, Mpalaka Imo River, not even the original, the main Imo River. Are you getting me? Please, if you stop hearing my voice, let me know in the comment section. Do not hesitate to tell me immediately so that I can immediately refresh my system. Do not waste time. Instead of you to leave in, let me know in the comment section so that I can be able to refresh my machine. Now, let's continue. This very lie is completely false and deceit. They said again that the troops took precautionary measures by halting vehicular movement. How do you halt a vehicular movement when you are on a side, one side, just one side, testing your weapons? According to them, they say it's a weapon. It's a test. Now, look at here. Pay attention. Look at here. Watch. Just hold on. You see the way they are shooting. Eh? Now, pay attention. Now, look. You see this place. This very place, this very road is fully open and free. Right? This very road is fully opened and free for any vehicle to pass through. And this very gunshot or whatever they call it, this very equipment is facing the canal, the river. It's not facing the road. You can see the person shooting was backing the road. He never faced the road. He was backing the road while facing the canal, the river, where he was shooting the people, the Èkpá. Now, this road is free. These soldiers who were standing here has every right to stand very close